Okay, everyone. So I just completed day 2 of the Libre 3 Plus glucose monitor, and some interesting thoughts from today. The first is that I never really dipped below 100 until towards the end of the night, which was shocking because Gemini says that you are pre-diabetic if you are between 100 to 125, um, and you want to be below 100 in order to be normal. So I was a little worried about that because last night, as I was sleeping and fasting, all the way through 12 p.m., uh, about 11:30 when I had lunch, it never really went below 100, and I learned two things. The first is that the Libre 3 Plus takes about 24 to 48 hours to properly calibrate. However, calibration does not mean that you get to adjust the baseline setting. And what was more insightful, in speaking with my next door neighbor, who is a product manager for a continuous glucose monitor product, said that it's not always accurate because it's not testing your actual blood. So if I compare to a fast that I did only a few weeks ago, where I did have a test, um, it came in at 90. So I feel as though this device is off by about 10 to 15 points. And if I normalize that, then and I go back to this graph here and I drop everything by another 10 to 15 points, theoretically, I should be totally fine. Because if you look at my history of glucose testing, I've been okay, except for this outlier when I was eating a tub of ice cream every other night during the summer. Obviously, I changed course really quickly and it dropped right back down. So, another thing I learned is that your glucose starts to spike as you're beginning to wake up as a way to give you the energy to wake up. So that was pretty interesting for me to learn. Next is my first meal, which was lunch at Google. Um, Today I ate mostly a salad. I had lots of fiber with the broccoli. I added some chicken, and then I saw that, I also had eggs. There's some avocado underneath there. And then I saw that we had a taco bar, so I added some carne asada and some beans. And I was shocked because it really didn't make much of a difference with such a big meal like that. That was very filling and also overall pretty healthy. I didn't see the spike that I saw yesterday in eating an egg sandwich where it shot up to about 150. So I thought that was pretty amazing. Um, and then tonight I went to my punching bag class, which is heavy, heavy cardio, super intense class for an hour. And I was shocked again to find out when I got in my car and pulled up my phone that my glucose level spiked significantly. And I guess it makes a lot of sense because your body needs to generate more sugar in order for you to have energy, is my interpretation. So after that, I started to come down, and that's when I had dinner. And because it was so late, I just threw some leftovers together. So I had a salad with some roasted tomatoes and uh, pork loin that I had cooked last night. Um, so I threw that together, and it didn't really make any much of a bump aside from this little bump here. Then I went for a very short walk because it started to sprinkle, but even that little short walk, just down the block and back, maybe about 10 minutes, dipped me really low. And I was very impressed by how important it is to walk after a meal because it really drives down your glucose level. And of course, as I'm digesting the rest of my food, it's creeping back up. But amazing to see how important it is to walk after a meal. That is pretty much it. I just want to thank everyone for watching day 2 and continue on my journey for the next several days here. Thank you. Bye-bye.